I actually had someone, and we are live again. This time we're going to
All
talk
right,
just
cool.
about coronavirus. But yeah, I had someone from a video I did yesterday. She sent me a Facebook message and said, "You are off your rocker," or something like that. I'm blocking you. Wow.
For what?
So
Talking
hold
about
on.
stocks?
Wait a minute.
Like, I don't understand.
I'm not, you don't need to block me. I'm not trying to talk to you. Okay. All you have to do is just not listen to me. I don't even know who you are. Hilarious. But you know what? Hate mail is a good sign, my friend. That's Jay Lee. So we had to refire it up. Using a new software here to do, content from home. And so it's not super reliable, but Jay Lee's joining us today. We went through a bunch of stuff that the video's already posted on Smarter San Diego about real estate, what's happening, what happens in a recession. If we're going into a recession with real estate, does that mean there'll be a real estate crisis? Not what we're seeing, but there's some interesting information here going on with regard to coronavirus, and I wanted to share this with everyone. So this is from Live Well San Diego. I do a tremendous job of tracking this stuff. Nick Mascione runs this. We have 297 total known cases of COVID-19 here in San Diego County. There's probably more, but these are the ones that we know of. So this graph that they're publishing every day gives you the number of new cases, the number of total cases. So what's interesting though, and this is something Jay brought to my attention, was that what's taking place in some of the, well, first of all, the stimulus. I forgot to talk about this. The stimulus, real quick, for people who haven't seen what's going on there. If you make less than 75,000 or 75,000 or less, you could get $1,200 for a single individual. Less than 150 grand for a married couple, you could get $2,400. And then $500 for each child under 17. And student loan payments have been suspended until September 30th, so that's great news for a lot of people. There's a whole bunch of other stuff if you want to Google it and see what's going on with that. Jay, tell us what's happening here. What did you find out about coronavirus, specifically as it regards to the UK, where a lot of people have seen, this is kind of the epicenter of the outbreak. If you look at the world map, it's like right in Europe.
Right.
And tell us what you found, and we'll pull it up here.
So, for everybody watching, the UK has just downgraded their level, their whatever you want to call it, their designation of the coronavirus. So when it first came out, early February, it was considered a HCID, a high consequence infectious disease. Quietly, March 19th, they downgraded it to a regular flu type virus. The reason that happened is because, we'll post the article about in the link. Can you post that up there somewhere, Derrick?
Yeah.
If you want to read up on it. So basically, we didn't know a lot about the coronavirus. Like, there was a ton of misinformation, a ton of no information, rumors, panic, something new is here, it's going to kill everyone, and the whole world just, freaked out about it. Well, that's no longer the case that as we found through, all the hundreds of thousands of cases of coronavirus across the nation and the world. It is a high contagion, like you can catch it very easily, but it has a very low mortality rate. And it can now be treated. I know the U.S. is a little bit behind other countries, Canada, China, England, I believe in France as well. They've done studies with, what's it called?
Hydroxychloroquine.
The stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
malaria drug.
So I took this stuff for 13 months when I was deployed overseas, right? Every day I had a pop a pill. Why? Because it's an anti-malaria drug. Now, I know people are like, oh, the drug's killing people. Trump's drug's killing people. It's not Trump's drug, dude. Like, it's not. It's a malaria drug. And it doesn't kill people when taken as prescribed. People also use it to clean fish tanks. Well, if you take a pill that's made for cleaning a fish tank to cure a disease that you may or may not have, yeah, you're probably not going to make it. I mean, I wouldn't take anything made for cleaning a fish tank, would you? I mean, this doesn't make sense. It's like drinking a bottle of bleach. You just don't do that, right?
I hope not.
So, I mean, let's keep it real for a minute.
Let's keep it real.
Are you doing stupid stuff like that? Yeah, you're probably going to die. Anything in excess will kill you. Like, if you drink too much water, it will kill you.
True.
It's called drowning. So anything excess is not good. So, don't just take it upon yourself to take these medications. But what has happened is chloroquine has been found when used with the Z-Pack that they give for every person with a cold to kill off the virus in 6 days. Now, this is the same drug that's also used for lupus. So a lot of people that have lupus are in a panic, worried about like if they're going to get the drug or not, if they're going to be able to survive.
That's true.
Yeah. So there's no matter which way you spin it, people are going to be upset. And it is a highly contagious, thing. So it's funny. Don't wear a mask. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not just living in the air, hanging out. Someone has to cough on you. Someone has to sneeze on you. You have to get the fluids through the air in your airways. It's just walking down the street or going to the store, wearing a mask isn't saving you from anything because your eyes are still open. It will go through your eyes and will still get inside you. So your best bet, honestly, is a face shield.
It's just like a motorcycle helmet. Should I get a motorcycle helmet?
Something to cover your entire face that, if someone sneezes or coughs at you, it's not hitting you on the face. That's the biggest thing, man.
Did they give you training on this stuff? Like when you were, I don't know if malaria is similar or not, but I know the drug for malaria apparently helps. Like when you were in the service, you were deployed, did they tell you stuff like this? Like, hey, here's how you guys need to, or were they just like, hey, take the drug and you don't have to worry about it?
No. They said if you don't take the drug, you will die. Malaria isn't actually a sickness, it's a parasite.
Okay, gotcha.
It's transferred by mosquitoes. So if you get bit by this thing, and when it injects its little blood-thinning agent into you, the parasites go with it. And you will die. Once it's in your system, you're pretty much dead. So that's why we took the pills as a precautionary, because if you have the pills, the medicine in you before you get bit, you will not get sick.
Wow.
If you wait till after you have it, you're screwed. We did have a bunch of service members think that they were Superman, and I'm not taking these pills. I don't like them anymore. Well, okay. And they died. They didn't make it.
Wow.
That's the worst way to go, right? Like, you got killed by a bug.
Damn.
It's unfortunate. It's not funny. It's like you literally died from a microscopic bug, just like this coronavirus thing, right? Everybody's scared of it. I get it. But across the world, people are starting to see results from the treatment and the pills and social distancing. What kills me is people are still having house parties.
Yeah, that's stupid, man. Well, and you know what? And by the way, I'm going to have my doc, who is also an acupuncturist. I had a house party. No, she is going to be on Monday to talk about this. She actually talked to, so she practiced Chinese medicine, has a bunch of contacts in China, a bunch of doctors. She's found some information over there. She's talked to some people over there who are treating this thing, and they're doing this on a regular basis. And she's going to come on Monday and share what's been going on over there and how they're using, some of the ancient techniques, acupuncture and some other things. As well as just kind of give us some insight as to what's happening there. Because what we kind of saw was, and a lot of people don't believe the information that's coming out of China, and understandable. But we saw China sort of mobilize, and they, in 10 days they built all these hospitals and stuff, and then now those hospitals are empty, almost like okay, we overreacted. Now we've kind of figured out what this is. It's not as bad as we thought, so let's just kind of, so they've in Wuhan. There's no quarantine. The place where this began, they are actually out and about and conducting life as usual right now. And in the UK, what's interesting, I want to bring this back up because I'm going to actually read this, Jay. So we got this from uk.gov. So you can look this up, and I'll actually post this link in the comment section once we're done with this content.